beep, 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 beep. Turn on your computer, dial up the web, download some information into your head. It's Dr. John and Delilah, they're having a great time. Data to do, it's simply true, we're the Sexperts.
And we're recording, and intro music, and hi there, welcome to the Sexperts. We are your hosts. I am Dr. John T. Alanese, CPM.
And I'm Delilah Haydair, Youth Investment Advisor.
Yeah, and we're actually currently on an avocado farm. I didn't know you farm those things, which is really crazy, but I guess you got to farm anything, right?
Most anything you eat has been farmed.
Do you eat avocados?
Every day.
I never checked in with you on that, but...
That's how I look so young.
How old are you? Is it okay
48.
to say that? Okay.
Yesterday was my birthday.
Happy birthday, Delilah. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
You got my card.
No, but I'm a little bit behind on my mail.
Well, before we get too chatty, welcome to the Sexperts. I already said that. For any of our first-time listeners, we're live on Avocado. I went over that, too. Mm-hmm. What else should we go over? Or is that the end of the episode?
Let's tell them what a sexpert is.
Okay, a sexpert is a person who has expertise in sexperting.
Yeah, and sexperts are born.
Yeah.
Sexperts are made.
And sexperts die.
And sexperts
You're
die.
getting up there in age.
There's a circle of life with sexperting.
And my guru, which we can't have him on the show because he's dead, he taught me everything I know about sexperting, Dr. Valanese.
Yeah, and I learned most of what I know from experience in the wilderness and then working with you for the last 15 years.
Which I took you under my wing, proverbially. I can't talk today. All right, so listen, I want to get to our topic of the day, which is a very special one, and we'll get to our guest in just a little bit. I can see her out there picking some avocados. But our topic of the day is cat got your tongue, throat gonorrhea. So we're going to talk all about what to do if you find that you have throat gonorrhea. And actually, people don't know that you can get gonorrhea anywhere that you do the sex. So if you do the sex in your throat, you're going to get throat gonorrhea.
Yep.
I think your cat got your tongue there. We're going to check you out.
No, I just, my mind was racing with all the holes that you can get gonorrhea in.
Ear gonorrhea, nose gonorrhea. We won't get too far into that. I do want to get to our guest. Hi there. How are you?
Oh my God! Hi.
Hi.
My name is Susie.
Hi, Susie. Hi. We've been wanting you on the show for a long time. I'm so glad we finally got you on. Go ahead and tell our audience all about what you're about and your background, your expertise.
Okay. I have a really long story.
Okay.
I was in middle school in the 1990s. You may have heard of him.
Okay, yeah.
And I was very, very into someone you may have heard of, Mark Paul Gosselaar. God, I love Mark. Okay. I tried to do one of those trademarked Zack Morris cutouts, and I got lost in time. So I popped right back out, and I've been here for 2 days now on this avocado farm.
Okay.
I didn't know avocados were a thing until
Let me be
2
the
days
first.
ago.
Let me be the first to say welcome back.
Oh my God!
See, that's why he's my co-host, because I would have gone straight to what the fuck is going on. Mm-hmm. But he started with empathy, which is great. You always start with empathy. That's the first thing you learn in midwifery school.
Yeah, but I have a follow-up.
Before you get the...
Where the fuck were you?
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Who the fuck is Mark Paul Gosselaar?
Oh,
Zach from Saved by the Bell.
yes.
Is that him?
Yeah.
He is.
I thought his name was Zach.
Dr. John's more of a Slater guy.
Oh, you would
Don't
be.
call me out like that.
You look like a Slater guy.
Okay, so you were a huge fan.
Oh God.
And then you slipped into a time warp?
Yes.
How? Talk to us about that.
So on this fun show that you've never heard of, Zach is the coolest guy.
I've heard of the show. No, I've seen the show.
Yes.
I'm caught with the show. I just didn't know the actor's name. Don't condescend.
Dr. John, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Keep going.
Yeah, great. So I did a
How
step
old are you,
out.
by the way?
Roughly, are we counting the time years?
I guess not. How old were you back in the 90s?
I'm gonna have to Google how that works.
Yeah, how old were you back in the 90s?
I think it works like the dog years. So I think I've actually aged a lot in my time years. I just don't look it super.
Let's just say you're 18.
Actually, I'm kind of hoping she's a little younger.
Wait, what?
I know that sounds creepy,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it does.
as I mentioned, I'm now a youth investment advisor. So I only work with youth up to about 16 years old.
Okay, get back to your story. I'm sorry to interrupt. So you are around 18, you're at least a teen or something like that. What is this time warp? How'd you slip into it?
Okay. Well, I was in class and the teacher was being a drag. And so I did a little cutaway, a little step out to talk about my friends in front of them very loudly. And I got caught in a time warp and I fell into the Family Matters hell dimension.
That sounds terrifying.
Okay.
It is a hell dimension.
I love this, and that's why we have you on the show, is because I'm so confused. But are we currently in the Family Matters hell dimension, or you
No.
traveled? Okay,
No,
okay, shoo.
Yes.
What dimension would you call this? Is this normal?
This is the one where time does things. This is the time dimension to me.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. As long
This
as
is the one where time keeps on ticking.
Only chronologically.
So, how do you feel about all this? How is this making you feel? I mean,
Well, I think, and I have not like Scooby-Dooed this enough, but I'm pretty sure that the reason I fell into that dimension is because Urkel was doing some nonsense, and Stefan Urkel is the reason that I got back out. So I'm very, very grateful to him, and I wish I could say thanks, but I think Jaleel White is not on this avocado farm.
he's probably listening though.
Well, yeah, and he could be. He could show up any minute. That's why we're here.
Jaleel, if
This
you are
is-
out there, thank you so much.
We've seen a lot of celebrities at this avocado farm.
Yeah, and speaking of,
We saw Principal Belding once.
speaking of Principal Belding, we'll get to that, but we do have to talk about our topic of the day, which is cat got your tongue, throat gonorrhea, and I think I'll put an exclamation point at the end of that one.
I don't understand. If you bring up that Mr. Belding is here, and then you do not immediately take me to him, because that's absolutely unacceptable as a host. Because
I gotta agree.
Yeah, no, I'm very.
Delilah, I'm looking at Delilah on this one.
I fucking rude of you, Delilah. Honestly,
Calling you out, Delilah.
Well, I apologize for the confusion. I said we had seen him once before here. I didn't say.
Delilah's a name dropper.
I didn't say drum roll. Here comes.
do you have a lead on his very, very sexually arousing brother that does
In the
whitewater
show?
rafting?
Or in real life?
Yes, I've actually whitewater rafted with him, and I have to agree. Like
Duplicitous.
everybody's a little bit gay, but on that river, I was even a little bit more gay.
Really?
That's
Because
a
you
good
struck
topic of
me
the
as a
day.
Lisa Turtle kind of gal.
You nailed me.
Can we talk about? I'm familiar with all these characters. I did not watch the series. Can we talk about something that I do know?
The Family Matters hell dimension. Of course.
Okay, I do know a bit. I know about Family Matters. I love that show, and I love that the dad in that was in Die Hard, and that really. I didn't like Die Hard. Wasn't a big fan of Bruce Willis, but I was a big fan of.
Well, it's because you
Winslow,
don't
Carl
celebrate
Winslow.
Christmas.
Do you think you need to see like a therapist to deal with the traumatic experiences of the hell dimension?
I'm sorry, is that not what I'm doing here now?
Oh,
Oh.
well, we'll get to that in a little bit.
Let's see how you react to the following. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Did I do that?
Honestly, the worst part was the counting down, because it's just you're just rubbing it in my face that time didn't count down for me for a very long time, and I had already blacked out from stress before you did your fun Urkel joke.
Oh my god.
You are a special case.
Very stressful.
So Susie, how are you going to get back?
To the hell dimension?
No, back to where you belonged in the 90s, like before. Did I not get this right?
I think time has literally left me. Yeah. I saved up a lot of Beanie Babies and scrunchies.
Okay,
I plan
good.
on selling that, getting a time machine, and then bippity boppity booing.
But you don't.
I have an idea,
Do you have
too.
those with you though?
I have an idea.
Yeah, go for it. Help.
If we can get a actual movie theater to screen the movie Can't Buy Me Love
Yeah,
like 14 times in one weekend.
the Beatles
and
movie,
you
right?
yeah, no.
No.
If you sat in the
Oh, come
theater-
on. Do you guys know another thing I don't know?
That's across the universe. Get your
Patrick Dempsey mowing lawns to make money to buy a telescope. The popular girl in high school spills wine
Yeah.
on her mom's velvet dress
He gets caught in a time warp.
and essentially gets caught in a time warp where he becomes cool and gets all the chicks,
Oh.
I saw that one. Then he held the stereo over his head,
So,
more or less.
and then everyone
I think-
got wet.
I think that could reopen. I think a marathon screening of Can't Buy Me Love from the 90s could open up that dimension.
Yeah.
And she could fall right back in.
Are you willing? Are you?
See, I
we need
think-
consent.
I That's very important.
Yeah.
I do think, just with my experience in the Hell Dimension, that plan could definitely work, but I think that you'd have to take the audio out of that movie and then transpose backwards audio from every episode of Daria.
This is a very interesting episode.
Pretty sure.
Like, I really want to talk about throat gonorrhea. It's weird because usually, like, I want to get to cat caught your tongue, throat gonorrhea.
I've never seen you this unsettled before.
I know, it's
You're
weird.
really shook up.
I think maybe
Is something going on in your personal life, or is this strictly this conversation you can't keep up?
I think I had a run in with time once. You know, okay, so this may be very boring. So stop me if you think it's boring, but I remember that I was at the zoo, the San Francisco Zoo, and I looked at my watch, and it was 10:55, and I remember that time, and then I swear to God, it felt like an hour later. Okay,
11:55.
I looked at my watch, it was 10:57, and I swear to God, I didn't lose time, but I gained time.
What enclosure were you by?
The lions.
They steal time.
Was this in October?
Why?
It may have been daylight savings.
Oh no! Okay, I guess that is a boring story. Shit. Okay.
Hey, it fucks with you though. Daylight savings time takes me like 2 or 3 days to recover.
All right, so now it's time for a segment of my imagination. Go ahead and cue me in.
Segments of his imagination.
This one is called Avocado or Sex Toy. So I'm going to go ahead and put we'll make this a little competition because I like seeing Delilah fail. So we're going to put either an avocado or a sex toy in your hand. You're going to have your eyes. Let's put on these blindfolds.
My hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We may need her
Consent
to
is
be
good.
consent as well.
I'm probably 18 because of the time, so it's okay.
God, you got to screen these people, Delilah. I guess she did put on her background that she was born in there, but she time warped. So
yeah, I think it's the present time minus the time you were born.
Yeah,
whether you lived all that time or not doesn't matter. So she's of age.
I disagree, but that's.
And I'm sorry, I can't help you with your finances.
Maybe that's a different topic.
My finances are in disarray because they thought I died.
So go ahead and put on these blindfolds and all of the sex toys. And we haven't had a sponsor in a long time because I think we were making so much money we didn't need them. But all of the sex toys and all the blindfolds are sponsored by Pop Pop. There goes my anus. Sex toys. They're based out of Nevada. So go ahead and so thank you, Pop Pop. There goes my anus.
Isn't that Orville Redenbacher's really kinky cousin?
Yeah, well, he was like,
Pop.
He was like, I'm getting out of the popcorn business. I'm gonna go to sex toys. So thank you, Morville.
Orville called his grandparents Pop Pop and Mom.
I heard that the name came from them making an anal plug that you put in and then it expands. Mm-hmm. Like a popcorn.
Don't give away the game. Okay, here we go.
That's how gapes are born.
That's how gapes are born. So Pop Pop, Pop Pop. There goes my anus. Sex toys. That's how a gape is born. That's the tagline. God, I didn't read that very well. Sorry. All right, so here we go. Avocado or sex toy? Avocado or sex toy? We'll do rock paper scissors to see who goes first. Go ahead and 1, 2, 3, shoot. You held up a middle finger, okay?
I think that beats scissors.
Susie, you got it. Yeah, Susie going first. Okay, so you're blindfolded, and go ahead and hold out your. Can you hold out your hands? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Palms up, please.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Go ahead.
There's a lot more fur than I thought there would be.
Okay, yeah. Describe it. Describe what you feel.
It's God. It's so long. It's shedding. It's shedding in my hands. Why?
Yep.
Oh God. Oh, wait, is it wet now?
Okay.
Did you wet it?
Okay. No, I'm not gonna give it away. Now,
okay.
Avocado or sex toy?
Avocado.
Yes, that is an avocado. It's a really old. Really old. When avocados turn, which I learned this today on the avocado farm, they have a very good docent or curator who walks us around and gives a tour. They grow fur and they shed, and that one is on its last leg, so don't eat that one. Okay. And Delilah, go ahead and hold your hands open. So you get a point. And go ahead and avocado or sex toy.
Well,
what do you feel?
I feel 3 lumps.
And
a shaft. So this is either a dick and ball sex toy or 3 avocados.
And what are you going to go with?
I'm going 3 avocados.
No, that's a dick and balls, my friend.
I really wish I hadn't shoved that in my mouth.
Nowadays, do they sell the sex toys with the dick and balls?
Yeah, and actually, pop, there goes my anus. You can get the dick and balls with the shaft for $19.99. Here we go. All
Comes
right.
with a free avocado.
So
You
no
usually
points
have to pay extra for the shaft.
You're telling me. Here we go. All right, so go ahead and put this in your hands, and go ahead and Susie, is that God? This sounds so dirty. Is that an avocado or a sex toy? What do you feel?
It's it's very, very cold and very smooth. And I'm getting to like a divot. Oh, okay, that's a very deep divot.
Yep.
All right, my whole hand is now in this.
Yep.
And it's very much colder on the inside.
Yep.
And there goes my elbow. Okay. It's
Avocado or sex toy?
oh god.
I don't want to put time limit on it, but
Yeah, I don't think they can make avocados this cold in California, so I'm
Yep.
gonna have to say sex toy.
yeah, sex toy. Ding, 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 ding. This is actually from the Pop, There Goes My Anus robot line, where they strip out any sort of flesh or anything like that. That's a robot vagina. So if you ever desire to, like, if you look at your toaster and you're like, I think I want to fuck my toaster, don't do that. You'll get your dick burned or your vagina burned. Go ahead and buy one of these babies for $79.99. There's a lot of steel involved. That was the coldness. So that's to be.
When you're a woman, they call it scissoring your toaster.
And once again, do not put scissors in your toaster. So we do not want that. But thank you.
But
for
that could be another topic
That's
for another
enlightening.
day.
Scissor in your toaster.
It was all the rage in the 90s in my high school.
Wow, I want to go there. Take me back. Okay, here we go. And you get another point. Delilah, here we go. This is your last chance. Tie it up. Or you don't have any points. Here we go. Avocado or sex toy? You're putting it up to your nose. What were you smelling there?
Just give me a second. This is my process. It's again, I'm feeling 2 big lumps with 2 tiny lumps on either
You're
side.
a
So
lump guy, aren't you?
either this is 2 boobs with nips, or it's 2 avocados with nips.
Do avocados have nipples? I don't think they give milk.
I'm gonna go.
There is avocado milk, isn't there?
Don't sway me. I'm gonna go 2 avocados with nips.
No, you were right the first time. This is actually the breast line. It is very interesting, though. It's the avocado breast line. So go ahead and take off your blindfolds. If you see, there's they actually look a lot like avocados. They're small and round.
Yeah,
they're green.
Don't keep them in the kitchen. You end up throwing them in your smoothie by accident.
And it's all silicone, though. And that's some of the great silicone that you can buy for $39.99. Pop, there goes my anus.com.
Do we need to wrap up that segment?
We do need to wrap up that segment. Let's get a final score. I'm looking at the looking for a judge. I'm the judge here. I'm the referee. You won, Susie. Congrats. Yeah.
Oh my God.
How does it feel? Have you ever won anything in your life?
I won something in 1989. I had a really, really good craft at the science fair.
What'd
It
you-
wasn't science, it was a craft.
Wait, what was it?
I had made, it was sort of like a volcano, except it did not spew baking soda and vinegar
Yeah.
because we didn't have any of that in the cabinet at the time, but it did spew Diet Coke and Mentos. So
Well, speaking of spewing Diet Coke and Mentos, I do want to get to our topic of the day,
Absolutely.
which is cat got your tongue, throat gonorrhea, which we haven't talked to yet. But
I have a huge rash on my hand from that nasty furry avocado that you made me hold though, and it's itching very much. So if that comes up on the audio of this podcast, I'm sorry.
Well, there's no video because this is a podcast, but we do have. There's actually avocado oil, so maybe we'll try that. And just
Oil, okay,
spread it
on the
there.
rash.
Oh God, that's
oh
ooh.
my god, I think I'm allergic to
That's
the
not
avocado
working out
oil.
either. Listen, Jesus Christ, what is that? What is that in the field? You see that?
It looks like a very cheerful African American family.
And oh my God, it's opening up.
No,
No,
not
Susie.
again, not again.
Susie,
no.
oh my God, Susie's being drawn back in. No, Susie. No. Okay, we're gonna try to pull her out of the family. We're gonna have to wrap this up. I'm so sorry. We're not gonna get to our topic of the day, which was throat gonorrhea, which I'm so excited about. But we gotta pull her out, Delilah.
Did I do that?
Okay, no, stop. Don't, Susie. Okay, so that's going to be it for the Sexperts. We're going to wrap this up. So I'm your host, Dr. John T. Alanese, CPM.
And I'm Delilah Haydair. And if you have trouble figuring out what to do with your allowance, find me on Twitter at Youth Money Gone Wild on Twitter. Thank you.
See you sex time.
I say a thing.
Yes, you do.
Da-da-to-do, it's simply true, we're the Sexperts.
That's our show. If you like what you heard and you think it was worth $1, join the official Sexperts fan club at patreon.com/Sexperts podcast. A special thanks to the Push Comedy Theater and all of our supporters. Bye-bye.